Good morning. Today is Thursday, August 14th, 2025. When we say the Shma every morning and every evening, there are three paragraphs that we say. The second of the three is in this week's Torah portion, the Parsha of Eikev, starting with the words V'haya im Shema. Why is this paragraph part of saying the Shema every morning and every evening? Our sages tell us it's because it contains a fundamental principle of schar va'onesh, reward and punishment, that we are held accountable for all of our actions. And in this second paragraph, we read as follows. V'haya im Shema tishma mitzvosai. Hashem says, if you listen to my commandments, v'nasati mitar tzlechem bito, I will give you rain in its season. V'nasati yeseh b'sadcha, and things will grow in your fields. V'chalta v'savata, you'll be able to eat and you'll be satisfied. But hishamar lachem, be careful. Pen yivteh levavchem, v'sartem, v'avadetem elokim achirim. If your hearts are turned towards worshiping false idols, false gods, v'chara'af Hashem b'chem, Hashem will become very angry with you. V'tzares hashamayim, and God will close up the skies, v'lo yematar, and there will not be rain. V'adama lo sitenes yivula, and the earth will not give its produce. V'avadetem mehera me'al ha'aretz hatova asher Hashem nosein lachem, and you will very quickly be removed from the land that Hashem is giving you. We're held accountable. We're responsible for our actions. In addition to that main theme, which is the reason that the paragraph is there are four other themes in this paragraph that are very important. Number one, the mitzvah of tefillin. Number two, the mitzvah of teaching Torah to our children. Number three, mezuzah. Now, all three of those were also in the first paragraph. So if you ask me, why do we need to repeat them in the second paragraph? I will say to you, it's a very good question. I don't know the answer. But number four is a pasuk near the beginning, which says, Ula avdo b'chol levavchem, and you shall serve God with all your heart. Now, normally, avoda refers to the service of God in the Beit HaMikdash, offering sacrifices, bringing offerings, the rituals in the Beit HaMikdash. So what does it mean to serve God with all your heart? In the Beit HaMikdash, you need your hands, you need your feet, you have to do these actions. So the Talmud explains, Ezehu avoda shebelev. What is the service to God that we perform that comes from the heart? Zu tefillah. This is prayer. We've discussed this many times. The prayer is not avoda shebepeh, service of God with our mouth, with our lips, with our words. No, that's not what prayer is. It is avoda shebelev. Prayer is what comes from our heart. And without the heart, without the feeling, without the mindset that in saying these words I'm connecting with God, it's simply not prayer. It's babbling. Practice reading, but it's not prayer. It's not prayer unless our heart's involved. And we've discussed this many times. There's something that has been on my mind since Shabbos Chazon, that was the Shabbos the day before Tisha B'Av, when we read the special Haftorah from Yeshayahu that starts Chazon Yeshayahu, the vision of Isaiah, and on Tisha B'Av. There's one aspect. Of course, there's so many different themes and aspects, and we're affected by all of them. But there's one theme that hits me personally in a very emotional way. And it's mentioned on both of those days. And it's something that it causes me a lot of pain, just speaking personally. In the Haftorah that we read on the Shabbos before, the day before Tisha B'Av, Shabbos Chazon. So first of all, this is not related, but we read the pasuk, Artzachem Shemama, your land will be desolate. Orechem Srufos Eish, your cities will be burned by fire. And just thinking how literally true that is in Israel today as a result of October 7th. Literally, parts of Israel are desolate. Still, literally, parts of cities in Israel were burned to the ground. Okay, very painful in the literal manner in which it applies to us today. But the line that gets me every year is when the Navi, the prophet, says to us in God's name, Ubeparischem kapechem, when you spread your arms to me in prayer, A'alim einai mikem, I will avert my eyes from you, God says. Gam ki sarbu tefillah, even if you engage and increase in prayer, eineni shomea, I will not listen. It just stabs me. How can it be? Hashem, who promises us, He is Shomea Tefillah, He hears prayer. We spend so much of our religious lives in prayer, we depend on prayer. And God says, I'm not paying attention. I'm not listening. On Tisha B'Av itself, in the nighttime, we read McGill Eikev, written by Yirmiyahu, the prophet Jeremiah, the book of Lamentations. And we read in Parak Gimel, chapter 3, Gam ki ezak va'ashaveya, even when I cry out and call to God for help. So this is not just prayer, this is crying in prayer. And we've talked about this so many times. This is prayer out of desperation, prayer that is coming from the deepest parts of our heart. Sasam tfilasi. God stops up my prayer. God does not allow my prayer, my cry, to reach Him. It shatters me. So since then, the prayer that I emphasize, that I have been emphasizing to myself, personally, privately, and the prayer that I put my hope in is this prayer that we say in the Amidah and the Shmona Esrei 3 times every day. Ritzei Hashem Elokeinu b'Amcha Yisrael uvis filasam. Hashem, find favor with your people Israel and in their prayers. Let our prayers find favor in your eyes. You said you weren't listening. But Hashem, let that be over. Let that be finished. Allow our prayers once again to find favor in your eyes. Return the service to you, to your holy place. That means we're hoping for the rebuilding of the Beit HaMikdash and the offering of karbanos, the sacrifices, V'yishei Yisrael, and the fire offerings, usfilasam, and the prayers of your people. Be'ahava sekabel baratzon. Please, please accept them willingly and with love. Not like you said last Shabbos. Not like you said on Tisha B'Av. But accept our prayers with love. Ushi l'ratzon, and it should be your will, tamid, avodas Yisrael amecha. The avoda, the service of Israel, your people, should always find favor with you. And I know what you said, Hashem, on the Shabbos before Tisha B'Av, and I know what you said, Hashem, on Tisha B'Av itself. But please, 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 that's too much to bear. Please, allow the avoda of your people Israel to find favor with you. And let's remember, avoda, our prayer. Every time we say avoda, it must be avoda shebelev. The prayers that we offer, if we're asking God to accept them, if we're asking God to love them, if we're asking God to listen to them, they must be avoda shebelev, prayers of the heart, not shebepeh, not just prayers of the mouth. And hopefully, Tisha B'Av is over. Hopefully this paragraph will now become the deciding factor. Hopefully God will change his mind and accept our prayers and listen to our prayers. And in order to do that, we need the lesson from our Torah portion, the lesson of the second paragraph of the Shma. Ezu avoda. What is the service of God that we're asking God to accept, and to accept with love? It's got to be avoda shebelev. It's got to come from our heart. It has to be with feeling and enthusiasm, and a sense that we're connecting with God, and a sense that we are standing directly before God and speaking to God like I am speaking to you right now. And hopefully, with the avoda shebelev, God will hear it and God will accept it. My friends, I wish you a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon in person.